My legal name is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. But Sussex, for us, works as our family name.
Happy New Year to everyone, except, of course, the Duke and Duchess of Delusion in Montecito, who have undoubtedly spent the holidays glued to their phones, refreshing the Daily Mail, and throwing crockery at the walls. Welcome back to the channel. We are kicking off 2026 exactly how we mean to go on, by exposing the absolute state of the Sussex circus. And folks, the year has barely started, and the hypocrisy bomb has already detonated. We have to start with the king. Charles has played a blinder. While Harry is probably weeping into his avocado toast about how daddy cut him off, the king has quietly, elegantly, handed out the Royal Victorian Medal to Maria Barallo. Now, if you don't know who that is, that's the point. That is the Wales children's nanny. The woman has been with William and Catherine for over a decade. She has wiped the future king's nose, she has broken up fights over Lego between Charlotte and Louis, and do you know what else she's done? Kept her mouth shut. Not a whisper. Not a leak. Not a source close to the nanny. Silence. This medal is the king's way of saying, thank you for not being a grifter. It's a reward for loyalty in a snake's pit. Maria could have written a book. She could have gone on Oprah. She could have sold my life with the future king for millions. But she didn't. She has shielded those children, keeping them grounded, keeping them private, allowing them to be kids before they have to be symbols. It is the gold standard of protection. And then, we pivot to the absolute car crash happening across the Atlantic. Because while Maria is getting a medal for protecting children's privacy, explosive reports are coming out that Meghan is gearing up to pimp out Archie and Lilibet's careers. You heard me. Careers. 4 toddlers. The ink isn't even dry on the calendar for 2026, and we are hearing rumblings about voiceover work, brand ambassadorships, and the soft launch of the kids into the public eye.
Watch that play out through our daughter's birthday. And Archie said, when's my birthday?
Did you see that holiday card? Be honest. Look me in the eye and tell me that was a family photo. It wasn't. It was a portfolio shot. It was a casting call. That wasn't a candid moment of family joy. That was art directed within an inch of its life. The branded clothing, the perfect lighting, the sudden clear view of their faces after years of showing us nothing but the back of their heads or grainy black and white artisan nonsense. Why the change? Why are we suddenly seeing them now? I'll tell you why. Because the parents are flopping. The Meghan show is cancelled. The Harry pity party is over. They have run out of royals to insult. They have run out of secrets to sell, and the money is drying up. So, what's left to monetize? The kids. It is the oldest trick in the reality TV playbook. When the audience gets bored of the parents, you bring in the cute kids to boost the ratings. It is cynical. It is desperate, and it flies in the face of everything they have screamed at us for the last 6 years. Let's rewind, shall we? Because I have receipts. I remember the lawsuits. Do you? I remember Harry foaming at the mouth, suing photo agencies because someone flew a drone over the garden to get a picture of Archie. Privacy, he screamed. Safety, he cried. I want to break this cycle of genetic pain, he sobbed to anyone who would listen. He told us the royal family was a zoo, a fishbowl, a trap. He said he fled the UK to give his children a normal life, away from the cameras. And yet, what did we see in that Netflix documentary? Who filmed Archie in the garden? Who filmed Lilibet's first steps? They did. They invited the cameras in. It turns out, Harry doesn't hate the paparazzi, he just hates the paparazzi he isn't invoicing. If a photographer takes a picture of his kid, it's a trauma. If Netflix pays him $100 million to film his kid, it's owning his narrative. Give me a break. It is the height of hypocrisy. You cannot sue the press for invading your privacy on Monday and then sell your children's childhoods to a streaming giant on Tuesday. And don't give me that we control the release rubbish. You are either protecting their anonymity or you are making them public figures. You can't have it both ways. The Wales children are public figures because of destiny. The Sussex children are becoming public figures because of debt. That is the difference. And that brings us to the ugly truth of why this is happening right now. Jealousy. Pure, unadulterated, green-eyed jealousy. Look at Prince George. He's growing up. He's standing next to his father and grandfather, looking every inch a future king. He is dignified. He is popular. The Wales kids are shining, not because they are stars, but because they are serving. They are showing up at carol concerts, doing their little bits of duty, and the public adores them. And down in Montecito, the alarm bells are ringing. Meghan and Harry know that the further they get from the institution, the less they matter. Archie and Lilibet are prince and princess. Yes, but they are growing up in California, totally disconnected from the magic that makes the titles worth anything. Without the balcony moments, without the trooping the color, without the history, they are just two rich kids in Hollywood with funny names. And Hollywood is full of rich kids. So the panic has set in. They need to launch the kids now, before the world forgets who they are. They need to turn Archie and Lilibet into content, into commodities, into brands, because the parents have nothing left to offer. It is tragic. Harry, the man who was so traumatized by walking behind a coffin, the man who hated the clicking shutters, is now allegedly preparing to feed his own children into the content grinder. Charles honors the woman who keeps the kids safe and silent. Harry and Meghan prepare to merchandise the kids to save their own failing brand. Authentic protection versus staged exploitation. You tell me which one is the good parent. You tell me which one is breaking the cycle. Because from where I'm sitting, the only thing Harry is breaking is his promise to protect those kids from the very life he claimed to hate. What a joke. What a sad, pathetic joke. Like and subscribe if you're Team Wales, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Archie and Lily should be working to pay for the security bill? I'll see you in the next one.